part 2 or second take of this because I had my freaking phone backwards, so y'all would have saw me upside down. But this will be month 3, which, if you notice, I got my hair cut. I'm not a lesbo, by the way. I just hate long hair. That's for another video. But anyway, this is month 3 of my pilonidal sinus update, and this is my last big update on the channel where I do monthly updates. I'm not going to do any monthly ones up after this, but mostly what's happening is exactly kind of the same thing in February. The only difference is I'm not bleeding anymore, except the one time that I was at the doctor's on March 7th. So I'll get into detail on that. So all that is going on first. Let me explain to you what's going on first. First, the hole is getting smaller. There's still a hole there, even though I'm done with the doctor officially. Yay. Let's celebrate. There's still a hole there. There's still an open wound. It's still healing. There's still fluid leaking out of it. It still causes me some pain when I sit for long periods of time. And sometimes, occasionally, it itches. But everybody has a wound that will itch. I mean, if you get a scab on your arm, sometimes it itches. It's just life. But anyway, that's mostly what's going on as of terms for that. But the big stories here for this one is about the doctor's appointments. And the only time I had bleeding was when I went to my March 7th appointment. And you'll see that this doctor did me wrong. So let's start with March 7th's appointment, because I also went on the 21st too. So I had 2 appointments this past month for it. And these are my last 2 appointments. So March 7th, I go into the doctor. They're not really all that packed. But my doctor, which his name is Stevenson, who did the surgery and everything, is late. So my appointment was at 1:15 on March 7th, and I go in and we're sitting there for about 20 minutes, which also I want to point out too that the receptionist is a bitch. She's only there for her job, and that's it. She won't laugh at any jokes you say when you're talking to her, as she's taking you to your room or nothing. She's a bitch. But anyway, so we go to the back room, because I'm like the first person there. Excuse me. I'm like the first person there, so we go to the end of the doctor's room, and we're sitting there for 20 minutes. So this is about 1:30. About 20 minutes after when my appointment was supposed to be. He's still late. And she comes in and goes, well, can you see the PC, the primary care doctor? Because there's 3 doctors that work in that office. There's 2 surgeons. One's my original surgeon. Another one's another surgeon that I didn't have. And then there's the PC. And I'm like, sure, I can see her, because if you're telling me that there's going to be a 20 more minute wait, and it's already 1:30, and I got to go to West Virginia, which is a 3-hour ride after this, and I'm already there, I may as well see somebody. So I'm like, sure. And so the PCP comes in about 15 minutes later, so I should have may as well waited to see Stevenson, but I wanted to get out of there. Who wouldn't? So she comes in. She takes a look at it, and she goes, has anybody ever measured it? Like the hole? And I'm like, no, out of the past 3 months, nobody's measured it. And she's like, well, today I'm going to measure it. So she takes a freaking Q-tip, sticks it in the hole, scrapes away some sort of white stuff that's protecting it from bleeding, and all of a sudden it just starts bleeding. So she had to put a piece of gauze on it and hold it on there to stop the blood from coming out so she could measure it. And she measures it with a Q-tip after she gets the bleeding to stop, which this is causing me a lot of pain. And she's like, oh, well, I see it has shrunk, so you're okay. It's shrinking. That's good. It shouldn't bleed anymore, which it didn't, thank God, for the 2 weeks I waited to see Stevenson. And I was still in pain pretty much that day, and riding back to West Virginia, which was a 3-hour trip after her sticking a Q-tip up in that hole, was not fun. But anyway, I go out, check out of the doctor, and the receptionist, and they want to see me in another 2 weeks, and the receptionist asks her, the PCP, which my surgeon who originally did the surgery, Stevenson, just showed up, and I'm thinking to myself, Why didn't I wait? I just caused myself agonizing pain by her for not waiting another 5 minutes. But anyway, which the sticking things up there, sorry my camera got blurry, took 5 freaking minutes. But anyway, the receptionist asks, well, does she want to see you or Stevenson? And she's she probably wants to see Stevenson because she don't want me to poke at her anymore. And I'm like, you're damn right, I don't want you to poke at me anymore when I'm freaking hurt. But anyway, all that said and done, I go home. The next 2 weeks were pretty much okay. I ended up with a stomach bug where I had pain in my stomach. It went into my back. So it's that time of year. But anyway, I go to Stevenson, and I'm so glad I don't have to go to the doctor anymore, because they ended up being late this time. A whole bunch of old people. There's no offense to old people, but I was the first one in the damn waiting room, and other people start coming in afterward, and the receptionist is out for lunch because my appointment was exactly at 1 o'clock. And a whole bunch of old people. As soon as the receptionist opens that window, I'm not fast enough to get up there first. So all these old people, I don't know what that noise was. So all these old people end up getting up there and checking in first and everything else. Hold on a second. So anyway, as I was saying, all these old people hurry up and rush up there, which that was my cat, and get called back first, which pisses me off because my appointment was literally the first one after lunch break, and theirs wasn't scheduled until like 1:30, 1:45, but I finally got called back around 1:20, 1:25. Still had to sit there for about another, 20 minutes to wait for Stevenson. So I was fed up with the doctor. But anyway, he told me, which this is March 21st, by the way, this happened. This is my second appointment and last appointment. But he told me, when I asked him about the Q-tip thing, he's like, nobody should have stuck a Q-tip up in there. Nobody should be sticking them up in there either anymore. I'm like, okay. I just wanted to make sure of that. And he's like, this is also your last appointment here, unless, of course, you have any problems or nothing. So I'm really happy about that. I don't have to go to him anymore, thank God, because I was kind of done. So pretty much that is basically it. I know the updates are the same and they've gotten shorter, but what I mostly wanted to talk about was those 2 hellish appointments. That was it. So I would probably add more videos into this playlist of recommendations and things that you should get after you have the surgery and things like that. Then I'll make an official video ending it when the hole is fully closed and I have some more pictures to show you, which I do have a couple more pictures. Well, I'll do a slideshow and everything else. We'll see how it goes. But this is my last official monthly update on this. So also remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Hope you enjoyed. And I really hope you don't dislike this video, because this video ain't about you. It's supposed to help you, get an idea, relieve any fears that you have. Because all that I seen coming into this was people making videos of them at the doctor's and them having the wound completely open and taken there were no explanatory videos that were explanatory. People had them edited with loud music in the background so you couldn't hear them talking at all, and garbage. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and watch the last video down below. Bye everybody.